So the one reason that we loved this RV was for the island. When you step in, it just feels so much bigger. We were talking about that ceiling height difference. That was huge for us, especially because we thought we wanted a bumper pull at first, and then we got into them and we were like, no way, we cannot do this. Remmington was like this everywhere we went. I was like, that's not going to work. And so when we walked into this one, we were like, man, this feels so much bigger because the ceilings are so tall. We loved this kitchen setup. And the one reason that we loved it so much was because of this island. I like to cook, and so when I'm cooking though, I do not want to be cramped whenever I'm having to cook. I like lots of prep space because sometimes it can get a little messy. And this island offers a ton of prep space, and then I have a ton of prep space back here in the back. The other thing that we loved about this was all the space. There's so much space in here for all of your storage needs. So we've got drawers here, we've got cabinets here, and then all of our cabinets are really deep, which is nice. So we've got like all of our spices and cups and medication. And then we have storage over the microwave, which I'm going to talk some about the microwave, the convection oven, and the Instant Pot, because I've never even started our oven. That's a guilty admittance by me. But I cook without having to use the oven. And I've only used the stovetop a couple of times. So, and we eat really good meals. So, we just have tons of storage space. We love the heater down here. That has been our saving grace this winter. Having that heater has been amazing. So this heater has been big enough for us to stay at least somewhat warm whenever the heater's been out. So that's been really handy for us. And then we also have had to use this radiant heater some. I roll it into the girls' bedroom and turn it on high, and it's the safest heater that they've got, so that way I know that they're going to be safe and they're going to be warm. So another thing that we wanted was we wanted a residential fridge. I know some of you are like, why? We love ice cream. That was like, I was like, if it can't keep my ice cream frozen, I don't want it. So we were like, nope, we have to have a residential fridge. And I'm so glad that we did. This thing is huge. It carries lots of food, and then it trickle charges on the battery while we're going, so I don't have to worry about our food spoiling. And with all the propane issues that we've had, that was something I was telling Remington just the other day. I'm so glad that we have a residential fridge and not a propane fridge, because we would have been in a bind. And I do not want to have to go out and buy a $1,500 cooler just to keep my food from spoiling.
You can tell all the people we watch.
Yeah. So it's huge. It's a mess right now. We've got all our water up here because our water's been freezing. So it's wonderful. And it has an ice maker. That was another big deal for me, is I wanted to have an ice maker so that way we could have some ice in our drinks. We love the pantry in here. It has a lot of space as well. Oh, my pan's falling down. And so I had all of my wrappers, like cling wrap and foil and baggies, up there, and I couldn't handle it anymore. So I put it to where it's a little more readily available. Command hooks, they're wonderful. So I just got the, I think it's called like a wrap holder. And then I used 2 command hooks to hang it. And that was about it. So one thing that we loved about this area was it was an office, and I moved all of that stuff out because I didn't like it. So now we've made it a coffee bar. We store all of our like coffee beans and everything here. And then I have like creamers and sweeteners and all that up there. But if you do not have an electric kettle, you need one. They are the best thing ever. So this is the Fellow. He's a little more expensive than any kind of other one that you can buy, but I love this kettle. I use it all the time. So whether it's just for making hot water in the morning, hot tea, if you want to make sweet tea, we live in Texas, so it's sweet tea. I make my hot water and I pour it over my tea bags, and it's done. For oatmeal in the morning, you can heat up your water, pour it over the oatmeal, and it's done.
How long does it take?
It takes literally probably 30 seconds, and it's hot. So it is phenomenal.
And it's really for pour over coffee, because I'm a snob.
He's a coffee snob.
So that's why we got it, and it's just turned into a tool that we use often.
Mm-hmm. Something we didn't know that we would need, that's become something that we couldn't live without. So let's look over here because this is not the way the RV looked whenever we moved in. They had 2 different options. We went with the one that had the dinette because we knew we were going to live in it full time, and it was just a little more family friendly, especially for eating dinner at night. We didn't want to have to all be on a sofa and have to click tables on and take them off, and we just didn't have to deal with all that. Oops. This is the best smelling soap ever. So what we did is we have a big dog. So there's Storm. Say hi, Storm. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Oh, there's Storm. Okay, go back. Go back. Okay. He's big. We call him Big Dummy, and he responds. So he used to live over here, and I was like, no, I don't like that, because it took up the entire space over here, and it just felt super claustrophobic, and I didn't like it. So we started brainstorming, what can we do over here to fix that? There was a little bit of a gap between the couch and the dinette, and there were 2 more chairs on the other side. So Remmington was like, hey, I'll just move that table, I'll unscrew it from the floor, and I'll move that table over to the corner, and then we'll put his kennel right there in the middle. And that was an awesome idea. So
that was not my idea, to move his kennel. That was going to be an office space to do homework and all that kind of stuff. And Haley was like, oh, I bet his kennel fits right there. So
we had to compromise, and he still has an office space where he can work. Even though he's shaking his head no, he does. He's a brat. You'll learn that really fast. And then we've got Storm where he can...
What kind of kennel is that?
This is the best kennel ever. So this is from Duluth Trading Company. They aren't super huge, I don't feel like. They don't have like a ton of stores, do they? I don't know. But this is their canvas kennel. And so it breaks down into like this teeny tiny, probably 6-inch wide.
But it folds down super small.
It does. It folds down and stores really well.
It's that size but flat.
Yes.
So it's probably 4 inches thick.
So this basically folds down and this top folds over. And then it's just a flat little pancake. And then it buckles closed, so it's not like flopping back open on you. And then it comes with this handy dandy little cover for the top. We love this because the hair gets out of control. And so this keeps it somewhat contained into his kennel and not so everywhere else. And then I can just drag it out to the side and shake it out and deal with it outside. Okay.
Let's talk about the crappy couches.
Remmington hates these couches. I don't mind them so much, but he's a big guy. And so whenever he sits in them, these buttons on the side are his biggest
design ever.
So his parents have the one that have, instead of having these tables, it's cup holders, and the buttons are on the cup holders, and he likes those better. But these are massaged and heated chairs, and they're awesome.
Yeah, that's nice. So let me show you what happens. I come home from a hard day from work, and my
of course, it's not going to do it now.
Hit these buttons.
And the lights flick on and off. It's great.
And in the summertime, when I always hit the heater button.
If he gets hot, he gets to be an even bigger brat.
I do like that it's electric, because we sat in one that wasn't, and it wouldn't hold my fat feet up. And
we've heard from a couple that owns a Reflection that they hate their chairs because the legs don't flop all the way up. They kind of sag because of the weight of your legs.
Yep. And so that alleviates that. So we like that. These tables are nice. The negative about the tables is you lose the cup holder.
Yeah.
So you only get this one cheesy, can't hold anything cup holder.
It's like so tiny. It'll hold like a skinny beer can, but yeah, that's about it.
What a liberal beer can.
And then it has storage in the armrest, which I do like that. I wish it had like a lock on it though, because Saylor likes to pull every single thing out and like string it everywhere.
I would prefer the 3 cup holders versus the table. And I do not like that the buttons are on the side.
Yep.
But the negatives, I want to reiterate, the negatives that we're talking about we are nitpicking, I feel like. You know, I mean, these aren't huge negatives. So, I wanted to be clear on that.
When you walk into a Grand Design, you're going to tell the difference between a Grand Design. We walked into hundreds of RVs, and I'm literally hundreds, right?
Hundreds.
And whenever we walked into Grand Design, you can feel the difference in quality. Whenever you walk in, the floors don't sound as hollow. If you thump on the side walls of the slides, they're sturdy. They're not going to just fall apart on you. I mean, the roof is graded to walk on. So there's a difference between even like a Jayco. We went into a Jayco, and they're supposed to be top of the line, really nice. We hated it because it was just not the same quality. And then the warranties that they offer are just phenomenal. Oh yeah, that's another huge thing that was big, is whenever you walk into regular RVs, the heat registers are in the floor. Not in Grand Design, they're in the sides of the walls. But I will talk about the negatives to those too, because I do have some negatives about that. But their location of them not being on the floor, that was like 100% knockout. You knocked it out. Home run. This is our painting. Our preacher is a painter, and he has a huge one of these hanging on the wall in his house, and I fell in love with it. And so Remmington bought one for me for the RV, and I love, love, love this painting. So it's a special little touch for this RV for us.
Who is he?
Oh, sorry. Our preacher's name is Travis Bennett, and he's from Hart, Texas.
I thought it was Olton.
He's from Hart.
But I think it's on Facebook. It's Travis Austin Bennett. And that's Travis Austin Bennett Photography. I'll make sure.
Artwork. He's wonderful. So we could always link it if we want to. But his artwork is phenomenal. So I love, love, love this. A little added touch. Remmington makes fun of me because I decorate for the holidays. But this is a huge difference than what our house used to be, right?
Yeah, she was ridiculous.
So I was pretty proud of myself for only pulling out that much fall decorations.